welcome to another special episode of Elevated. I'm your host, the Elevated Engineer. So, today I want to continue my analysis that I started last week on the Holcomb versus Wiliams situation. So, the reason I'm kind of doing this is I think brothers need to kind of pay attention to this whole thing. Hold on, let me just get this down. And brothers need to learn how to handle beef in a certain kind of way. So recently, Zoe Wiliams and Corey Holcomb were on the Kraig Facts Show, and Kraig actually had both Corey Holcomb and Zoe Wiliams, and I actually we're gonna be watching actually one clip today. Again, this was on the Kraig Facts Show, and Zoe Wiliams had a chance to say his piece, man. So I wanted to comment on it. I wanted to get my thoughts on it, and you niggas gave me a bunch of views on the last time I did this. So hey, why not? Okay, so without further ado, let me cut to the actual clip of Zoe Wiliams' explanation of the whole situation. So
we would all know, and I don't really want to go into those details, but I do want to give some clarity to the situation on a non-biased platform for Zoe to speak his mind on the issue. And the first question that I have, that I feel is, what do you think is the real issue?
To be honest, man, I don't even know what the
full disclosure. I watched this when it was live on the Kraig Facts Show, but I haven't watched this edited down version. It's about 29 minutes or so. I haven't watched this. So I watched the full 2.5 hour thing. So this is just, I haven't seen this video, is what I'm trying to say. Not the full thing. So
real issue is, what I do know is, and I'm gonna quote one of my favorite authors. It's a husband and wife team. They got a book called Loyalty to Yourself. It says, it's not the issue that is your issue. It's how you respond to the issue that is your issue. So, for me, I play my position because that's how I was taught to do radio.
Right.
I don't know what my brother Corey is going through. I do know I ain't got nothing but love for him. But, like you said, I'm a man first. The disrespect is palpable, and it's like, listen, man, if you had a problem with me this whole time, pull me to the side. For real, pull me to the side.
Right.
I heard my brother say that he, animosity was building is the term that he used, right? Well, if I'm your bro, you don't let animosity just build.
Right.
You say, hey, man, I feel this kind of way about this particular situation.
yeah, man. If I think back to some of the relationships of mine that fell apart, whether they be friendships or what have you, a lot of it was because there was boiling up, feelings that were never resolved. And yeah, so I definitely understand that if you had some issues, you could have brought it up.
Whether it's Grady, right? Hey, I feel this way about how you handling the Grady situation.
Right.
On air. Maybe you should handle it different. Okay, cool. You pull me to the side, I got you. Or if it's the Aries Spears situation, hey man, this is how I feel with regards to the money I spent, right? See, a lot of people sit around thinking, oh, Zoe didn't have counsel, right? Or Corey just had counsel, lawyers dealing with that. But I had my own counsel too.
Right.
And to address what he said about leaving him high and dry, one thing about me, if I did something fucked up, I'm going to take responsibility for it.
Right.
You hear me take responsibility on air. You hear me take responsibility off air. And with Corey, I'm doing exactly what I'm saying I wish the brother would have did with me. Right. There were many many occasions where I said, hey man, I feel bad about how I responded to Aries.
Right.
And I owe you for that.
Right.
There have been many occasions when I found out just how much he spent.
Right.
I said, hey man, I owe you for that.
So that's my next question.
But legally, go ahead.
Do you owe Corey $20,000?
Me?
Yes.
I owe him on principle.
Now that's the question. Do you owe this man 20 G's? He said he owe him on principle. Like, yo, either you do or you don't. If you owe, you owe.
Definitely on principle. You know why? That's that man's show. And I am responsible for how I behave. That's that man's show.
Right.
And I consider that man a friend.
Right.
So definitely, on principle, I owe him that. But legally, this is what I was advised.
Definitely. Okay.
He asked, could you write a letter? I went into my iPhone notes. I wrote that letter. October 31st, 2017. I wrote that letter. And I was going to send that letter to Corey. My people said, don't send that.
Your lawyer.
Yeah.
Right.
My legal advice said, don't send that. Now, I can't get into the details of why not to send that, but guess who I told? I told Corey, I said, my people said I shouldn't send this.
Right.
This isn't advantageous for me. Right? Now, I reached out to my legal team, and I'm waiting for them to hit me back to let me know if the case was dismissed with or without prejudice. Because I forgot if it was or not. If it's dismissed,
I mean, public records are not that hard to find, man. I mean, just being honest, it's not really that hard to find. I would know if I put it like this, okay, as someone who has been in lawsuits, it's not something really anybody wants to do, but you know if it's there, cause it's in the court system. All you gotta do is look up the case if it's still there or not. So I don't know.
With prejudice, I can talk about the details of why I couldn't send that letter.
Right.
If it's dismissed without prejudice, I can't talk about it.
Right.
And so that was one of the things that bothered me quite a bit. Why are we talking about it?
Right.
Can we stop talking about it? Right? Because if we don't know if it's with or without prejudice, or we don't remember, or I know I don't remember, right? Why am I going to talk about something that could possibly spark another case?
Right.
So I said, let me just shut the fuck up. Now, who I wasn't quiet with was Corey. I told Corey these things. I love the brother, man. I want to see Corey win. I want to see the brother do everything he got. Y'all got more questions for me? Because I'm with it. I'm with answering.
Definitely. Okay, I got a few questions. Okay. So I feel like this should always be like a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? So how would you suggest someone in this situation, a young brother in this situation, handle this problem?
Listen, man. This is what my life has been about. I got my homeboy Broadway back here.
Broadway.
James B. Way in the house.
The legend.
I got my homeboy Chris back here. I got my cousin Kraig over there. Let me just say this, man. These are three people who have seen a transformation in how I used to be. See, oftentimes niggas want to get on the radio and try to build a character out of you, right? I'm already a character. Right? I'm already a motherfucking character. Why? Because I'm sitting here playing a role because that's how I was trained to do on radio. You're the voice of reason, brother. You the voice of reason. On radio, my job, if I'm a guest on somebody's show, or as the two guard, as we explained before we went on camera, my job is to make the point guard look good. This Corey show. I'm going to try to make you look good. I'm going to try to play my position. My position is the voice. Right? So, again, I would tell youngsters, where there is disrespect, and you know somebody might be harboring something, and you know somebody might not really fuck with you or feel you like that, get out early, right? Because you can't prove to a motherfucker that you're a good person, because you can't see or experience yourself through their eyes.
Right.
Whatever they got going on, whatever issue they may have going on, you can't see for them. You can't, like, this is who I really am. You can't You can't bang the drum.
I do that with bitches all the time. It never works.
You understand?
I be trying to get bitches.
My godmother told me the coldest shit I ever heard. She said, you can't teach a motherfucker how to love you. You can't teach a motherfucker how to appreciate you. You can't teach a motherfucker how to show you respect. Hey, this is how you respect me. Like, wait a minute, I'm just following some guidelines. You're faking.
Right.
Either they respect you or they don't. And one of my biggest issues is I tend to hang in there.
Right.
I can see it, I can sense it, but I tend to hang in there like, well, maybe if I show a little more,
right,
you'll change your view of me.
Right.
Because ultimately, I'm about helping people, dog.
Right.
That's what I'm about. Questions?
All right, this is a man question, because all niggas size each other up. That's just what we do. June walked in like, this
We
nigga
do.
6'5".
We do.
Oh, you know I gotta stay on the
Do.
outside with this big nigga, because he might,
He might snap.
On my back, you know what I mean? So every nigga size, that's just what we do. Can you whoop Corey?
Let me say this.
Kraig stupid. But hey, listen. They've been talking about fighting. Well, I know Corey definitely has. They've been talking about, yo, he can't whoop me like, yo. Salute to both of them, but both of them in like their 50s. So, okay.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't give a fuck.
I like that.
That's the best answer.
See, for me, it's not about the win. It's about, let's do it and get it over with so we can get back to normal.
Right.
I done lost fights. You understand what I'm saying? I done lost fights with motherfuckers. But one of...
Facts, man. Yo, I can respect that, because it's like, yo, we grown men at the end of the day, man. And you know, everybody got that, you know, that ego, you know. And even if you are in your 50-something, that don't mean that these dudes won't, you know, scrap. I don't think they would. I hope they wouldn't. Because it's not going to solve anything. But, you know, they still men, though, at the end of the day. It's still niggas. Definitely. Because we talking about fighting. Two grown men talking about fighting. That's some nigga shit. but, you know, it is what it is. That's just, you know, it's man shit.
My greatest tactics in fighting is down 6'1". Underestimate if you want to.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And I've done, you know, I've done some shit. Like I said, my niggas is here. For me, it feel like I got to bring niggas to talk for me.
Yeah. Because
niggas only know the nigga on the microphone.
Right. And I don't want to see that. I'm not putting that out there because I want to see that.
I don't want to see it either.
But I'm about fairness. And Corey, you know, Corey said a certain thing, and I just got to give you a chance to respond to that same thing. Because as long as I'm around, I'm stepping in the middle of that. As long as
Here's
y'all
the thing, man. This brother got a 10-year-old son, started playing ball. My son started playing ball at 10. I got into fights on the motherfucking court with my son there.
Right.
And on some man shit, what did I do? I pulled all the motherfuckers that was on the court together, and they rallied around my son. We apologized to every man on the court.
Right.
Why? Because men get heated. Men fight.
Right.
Right? In my mind, no, hey, let's fight Corey. No, hey, Corey, if we can't reason, if we can't be respectable, you heard me say on the show.
Yeah.
well, let's just go outside and work it out.
Right.
And then after it's over, we cool.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't know, man. Like that sounds cool, but and at one point, yes, that was cool. You could fight with a dude and and go outside, work it out. But once you reach a certain age, man, like you fighting motherfuckers like yo, fuck. I mean, excuse my language, was like yo, fuck you, bro. Like we not gonna be cool like that. So I don't know if I know, but these dudes have known each other for a good minute, but I don't know, man. When I'm not gonna go out there in the back and fight with you after a certain point, because I mean, knowing what I know now about fighting, like I can't fight just any old dude off the street anymore. Like I really just I can't, you know.
Right. Right.
That's my mindset. This ain't I'll beat Corey's ass. He said that on this show.
Right.
But when I offered him the hands, he didn't say it on his show.
Right.
I was right there. Not because I'm Billy Badass.
No.
Just, hey, if this is the only way we can solve it, let's solve it that way.
Sometimes it has to happen.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. And like I said, man, I love the nigga.
Well, my sister, crazy bitch, she was pregnant. I was 9, she was 16, and that's the last ass whooping I took. She beat me, nigga. She whooped me while she was 8 months pregnant, nigga. Her and my niece jumping, nigga, bro. But what I'm saying,
listen, salute to Kraig. Yo, I got my ass kicked by my sister. Shit, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since my sisters could kick my ass. But no, man, salute. Yeah, especially when I'm the youngest. You get your ass kicked by your sisters back in the day, because they were giants. Yo, my sisters were giants, yo. So they would get it, back in the day. But now it's obviously different. But that's funny. He got his ass kicked by his pregnant sister.
hold on. Hey, Will Cardozy is here, y'all.
Yay!
What up?
Hey!
Real quick, so I want to address some of the capture. And on the show, it does seem like when you do get frustrated, the first thing you want to do is just fight. And from my perspective, comes from the outside looking in.
And salute to I like this guy Brandon on the Kraig Facts Show. He seems like a smart guy. But yeah, it's funny. Again, I hadn't seen this this edited, but Brandon's saying some of the same stuff that I was saying in the previous episode of Elevate. It's like it seems like with Zoe Williams, it seems like look, just outside looking in, it seems like this guy is always putting his hands on somebody, man. It's like, yo, that's the perception.
So the quote I said, adversity doesn't build character, reveals it, right? From the outside looking in, it looks like you want to fight on other people's dime, meaning that it's in their shit. If shit gets fucked up, they're covering the bill on it. What do you say to people that think that?
I just think they don't understand the nature of this rogue radio podcast shit that we're doing, right? At the end of the day, me losing control and being angry and using anger as a means to solve problems is a spiritual demotion for me. So at times, I don't think,
it's a spiritual demotion for you, but it's $20K for Corey. So, damn that. Look, I'm gonna keep this all the way like a buck, like in reality, Corey Holcomb would have every legal recourse to go and sue Zoe Williams for that whole situation, for loss of revenue, for destruction of property, all that good stuff. He really could. If you think about it, I mean, the evidence is right there, and he hadn't foot the bill. The guy Brandon makes a good point.
this is somebody's space, right? Because one of my biggest Achilles heel is disrespect. I've been with my brother Corey for 10 years. And I've endured a lot. Slights, marginalization.
Yeah, that's dealing with anybody though. You go behind. If the friendship is worth it, then you be like, all right, I already know who Corey is. I've been dealing with him for 10 years. So, no, man, it just sounds like excuses.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And at some point, when other motherfuckers come into the studio, namely Ari Spears, who also view the show, in his mind, that's the environment. That's the fucking punching bag over there because the environment has already been established.
Well, I mean, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then
here I am playing my position, I'm your number 2 or your number 3, wherever you put me, I'm going to play my position. But when guys come in from outside of that circle we have and a motherfucking baseline is established, oh, this is the nigga to fuck with. Not if I don't know you.
Right.
Not if we ain't got no motherfucking rapport.
Well, yeah, now sometimes you got to establish yourself.
Like, who you talking to, nigga? Like, this... Do you understand what I'm saying? Who you...
Very true. Especially when you in, like, groups of men. You gotta establish yourself, man. You gotta be like, yo, who you talking to, bruh? You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you talking to? So, yeah.
Talking to?
Okay. So then I want to ask you, because you do say you're the voice of reason sometimes.
Yeah, I say it.
Yeah,
sometimes.
So you say, I'm Joe Williams, the voice of reason sometimes. I want to speak to the sometimes. Because when niggas sometimes me, I don't fuck with niggas that sometimes me.
Right.
So I want to know, what else do you sometimes? So what they saying, I want to talk about loyalty, right? So I've known Dozy for 12 plus years, right? If there's a nigga I don't fuck with, he already know protocol. You don't fuck with him either. It looks like from the outside looking in, you fucking with niggas that your man don't fuck with.
Right.
So are you sometimes in the friendship?
No, I'm 100% on the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
But this is my definition of friendship. It's higher than territorialism and hierarchy, right? If you bring a motherfucker around and he proves to me to be solid, now we all wearing the same jersey. If you now have an issue with him, I'm going to need y'all two to do just like the Nation of Islam tells their brothers to do. You know what they tell their brothers to do? They say, look, y'all motherfuckers go outside and walk around the block together and don't touch each other. Work it out and then come back.
Right. That's how it should go.
You got an issue with the brother Grady. I don't have an issue with him. Let me tell you where loyalty comes from. Loyalty and trust comes from fear. That's where skepticism, right? Cynicism, right? All this, oh, who the fuck is that? Oh, who'd you bring around me? Wait a minute, dog. What are you scared of? If we brothers, shouldn't we work together to resolve whatever the issue might be?
Right.
Why go on the fucking platform? And I said it on the radio. This is COVID. You about to talk about this man's livelihood and try to denigrate his character and fuck his livelihood up because you got a beef? Stay off the air. Even if you said, and Corey said he went off the air, talked to him. Corey said he still was talking. Okay, then go back to your brother.
Right.
If we about this brother shit.
Are we about this brother shit? Because, you know, all the what have you black media beef that's going on, whether it's between FBA, ADOS, B1, Corey and Zoe, et cetera. I mean, it's are we? Because I'm reading this book, man, The Destruction of Black Civilization, man, and I'm telling you, it's a lot of there's a lot of deep stuff in there that you're just like, damn, we still doing the same shit. And this is really why I'm showing this. But I'm gonna play this for just a few more minutes more, and then I'm gonna move on to the next topic. But yeah,
right. If we're about empowering the community, that's what I'm about.
Right.
So if we're about that, what? We got a 1 attempt quota. I attempted to do it once and it didn't work. So fuck it. Let's get online and really try to tear the motherfucker down.
1 second. Hey, Doug, let me have him sit right here. Because he seemed confused about that comment you said about it coming from fear. Yeah. So go ahead, sit down. If you got a question, man, go ahead and ask so he can clarify.
I don't actually see how loyalty and trust comes from fear. Because the people that I'm loyal to and the people that I trust, I don't fear them at all.
Right.
So let me go deeper into it. It's more psychological than anything else. Loyalty is conditional for most people. It's rare you find motherfuckers with unconditional loyalty. I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm loyal. I'm down. 4 flat tires.
Mm-hmm.
Loyalty is conditional. And what is it conditioned on? What are the conditions? What is it based on?
relative.
What you do for me.
What one knows about
Relative.
What one knows about the other. How you can use this shit against me. How you can trap me. How you can disrespect. That's fear-based.
Right.
If you're living in your truth, it doesn't matter what somebody else can expose you on.
Right.
Or talk about you on. Right? But a lot of people have a lot of shit to protect.
Right.
from a different culture, then I guess.
No, I
My
understand.
loyalty and trust is different. It's not based on no fear that he's gonna tell that I shot this dude down the street because he has he's a
That let me go ahead and get us back to it. All right. So, really quick, I want to give an update. I'll talk about that a little more in a minute, but I want to get an update on the web scraper. The second Get on Code video, I want to have it completed before the Super Bowl. We're going to go over some beautiful shop aspects. I won't give away too much, but keep an eye out for that one. That should be coming up pretty soon. Also, there's going to be another special episode of Elevated this week. We'll take a look at Corey's response. Also, salute to Kraig Smith Show, Kraig Facts Show, and salute to Forgotten Kings TV for posting both of the responses. I didn't really want to just fly through that, but the show was starting to get a little long. There's going to be, I'll probably be just a little quick upload for the Corey Holcomb's response. It'll probably be up sometime either Sunday or Monday, and that will be another really quick one because that's a pretty short one. But that's really why I wanted to do this little specials of the Zoe Wiliams versus Corey Holcomb. I don't even want to call it a beef, but situation. Is because I just want to show brothers, really anybody, but especially brothers, how to handle beefs in public. Because I think that's a problem we as black folks have. When we have issues with each other, we get put everybody and their mama got an opinion about it. So all black folks, white folks, Asian folks, Indian folks, everybody always got an opinion about what the fuck black folks is doing. So that's why I wanted to show this whole thing. So another episode of Elevated. Thank you again for. I'm so happy. I can't lie. The last video I got, I have been trying. I'm not really doing this for views, but to be honest, views do help. And I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, I know, but views do help, of course, spread, my words, so, more people can watch the Get on Code, learn how to code, what have you. But I got like 100 views on that last Elevated episode from last week, so I was like, oh my God, I'm happy. I mean, I know people get like 1 million views on their videos. But me getting 100 views was an accomplishment. So yeah, I just want to thank the Elevated Engineering fan for that, for the little bit of support I got. Check out the last episode of the Get On Code series. That was the Web Scraper Part 1. Again, Part 2 will be coming out ideally before the Super Bowl, like I said. So that's it for this episode of Elevated. I'm your host. Thanks a lot, fam. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We're out.